friends. I'm Karen, and this is the Family Food for Moms podcast. We're talking about inspiration for family cooking and dining. We're doing a series on what we can learn from chefs about cooking, what will help us to really build to improve our own cooking, some good tips and things they teach. Today we're going to be talking about Jamie Oliver, a British chef. He's a good one for helping the normal mom at home, not so much restaurant cooking, but home cooking. And he does it so well. Him and his family, his kids, all very approachable, lots of comfort food. There might be some things that are similar to what Gordon Ramsey teaches or does, but that's good, right? To enforce the best habits. So here we go. Number 1, good ingredients. Once you've got good ingredients, keep it simple. So keep it fresh and keep it simple. If you can find the food you need at a high-quality farmer's market or grocery store, good quality meat, some delicious vegetables, then you don't need to have a whole lot of different things. It can be very simple as just meat and vegetables. Jamie always stresses the value of fresh, seasonal ingredients and letting the natural flavors come through. So not overcooking, not even over seasoning, but knowing just how to make that vegetable taste its best. How to cook that meat so the flavor's enhanced. With vegetables, steaming really enhances the flavor, I find. Roast vegetables can be nice, but often it can kill the vegetable a little bit. They're not plump. Like Brussels sprouts can be almost a bit burnt and crispy. If you like them like that, great. Maybe I haven't cooked them right, but I really prefer steaming because the vegetables are so vibrant and tasty after being steamed. And then meats that go well with butter and salt in the pan, basting them, all those things to make them taste really good. The number 2, preparation. Prep like a professional. So get everything ready, chopped, measured, put out all your ingredients before you start cooking. Helps you to be less stressed, makes your cooking more fun, makes it go smoother and faster. So try to get everything ready and chopped before you start. The number 3, flavor. Flavor comes from the basics. We need to learn how to use flavor and understand it. Jamie Oliver is so good at this. He has a little herb garden in his kitchen, all the different herbs that he cuts and uses as he's cooking right off the plant. He's very good at balancing the flavors. There'll be herbs, garlic, lemon zest, chilies, olive oil, butter, salt and pepper, spices. Obviously, he knows how to use these. And the flavor boosters can really enhance your meal and turn something bland into something exciting. Number 4, Jamie Oliver is a big fan of no-fuss cooking. And so his one-pan meals are a lifesaver. He's a big fan of a one-pot meal or an oven tray meal, roasting everything together, cooking everything together to make it easy. He's also got his 30-minute meals where he makes dinner really simple. And I think some of those are on YouTube. There's a meatballs one. I have the recipe book for that, and I love those because they're so quick and so interesting. Like they have all these interesting little twists. So something that's simple for dinner, one-pan meals, research those and look out for his 30-minute meals and see if you can try one of those from the YouTube video about it. Number 5, similar to a previous one, is Jamie Oliver likes to use herbs more like a salad, not just a garnish. So you really want to enhance the flavor by adding a lot of fresh herbs. Remember, dried herbs are a lot smaller, so they shrink down a lot when they're dehydrated or dried. So if you're using fresh herbs, you can use a good amount, like a whole handful of basil in your bolognese, parsley in your fresh chicken soup, mint, like right in the dish, not just on top. So treat them like a real ingredient. Add them to your one-pot meals, to your stews. Really enjoy the flavor that the herbs bring. Number 6, taste as you go. So don't just taste at the end, but enjoy each part as it cooks and see how it tastes. Helps you see if all the flavors go together and complement each other and it helps you see when you need salt near the beginning. Adjust your seasoning. Add some acidity like lemon juice or apple cider vinegar if you need, or some zest, as we said earlier. Just enjoy seasoning and tasting. And then season throughout the process as well in the same way. So that'll be number 7. So don't just salt at the end, season in layers. Layer that seasoning and build depth and balance in your flavor by using different kinds of seasoning. Again, you can use salt, you can use acidity, you can use spices, you can use fresh herbs, you can use any other things that work, like tomato puree if you're cooking. You can add some basil pesto to something. You can add some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese to something like pasta as you're cooking. So layer the flavor and don't wait till the end to season it. Then number 8, very similar again, is to balance your seasoning. So try to use some sour along with sweet, or salty and then acidity. So lemon juice, vinegar brightens and balances flavors. If you want a light flavor, you add a splash of the juice. If you want something more intense, you add the zest of a lemon or even of an orange to a chicken dish. If you're going to put chicken in the oven, you can zest some oranges on top of that meat. It brings such a rich flavor. Number 9, reduce your food waste. Jamie's passionate about reducing food waste. He's done a whole campaign about it. So use vegetable peels to make your broth, stale bread to make croutons, leftover herbs in a pesto or a dressing, leftover pesto in a dish as well, like a pasta dish. Just use whatever you can and reallocate it in the next dish you make. Then cooking from fresh whole ingredients, number 10. Jamie's also had a whole campaign about this in the schools in the schools in Britain. I'm not sure if he's done it in the United States, but using fresh foods instead of frozen foods, instead of processed foods, is possible in any context if you really work at it. So especially in our homes, we want to make things from scratch without it being too complicated. Fresh whole ingredients are always going to trump things that have been processed, like packaged pasta or whatever. So without being overwhelmed, try to use fresh whenever you can. Number 10, get your kids involved. Jamie promotes cooking as a family. He enjoys cooking with his kids and for teaching kids healthy habits and healthy cooking. So get your kids involved, even if it's in small ways at the beginning. Let them peel the potatoes, chop the vegetables, marinate the meat. They can wash up afterwards. They can help stir. They can slice mushrooms. Our 11-year-old likes to slice and cook the mushrooms with some supervision. And whatever we're making, everybody gets involved. Number 11, the freezer is your best friend. It helps with waste. It helps with preparation. Chop your herbs and freeze them in ice cube trays with olive oil for an instant flavor boost. Freeze your leftovers in small portions for quick meals or lunch meals at work. Using frozen vegetables is just as nutritious as fresh. Works well for soups and stews and stir fries. So whatever ways you can utilize your freezer to help you is very beneficial. Number 11, a note about zesting from Jamie Oliver: zest before you juice. He often reminds us of that because the zest adds the vibrant aroma and flavor, but you have to do it before you juice. If you juice, the fruit is flat and it's pretty hard to zest effectively. And when you're zesting, don't zest the white, that's bitter, just the colorful yellow or orange part of the skin. And it's best to use organic fruit for zesting, seeing as you're eating the actual skin where they would have sprayed the pesticides, etc. Add those to your dressings, your desserts, your pastas, your marinades, pestos, etc. Even to your baking, cupcakes with lemon zest, muffins are amazing. Then number 12, use your hands. Don't be afraid of using your hands to mix, to season things, to toss things. It gives you a connection to your food and better control. You can feel and sense what it's looking like, what it's feeling like, what it needs. And especially helpful when making a salad or marinating your meat, you can rub the flavor in a very effective way. Number 13 is a common tip. I'm sure you've heard it before, but very important. Let your meat rest after cooking. So after grilling or roasting, let your meat rest for a few minutes and then slice it. Don't do it too soon. Otherwise, the juices will leak out and it will be dry and not as flavored. So resting allows those juices to reabsorb and distribute through your meat, making it tasty and tender. And then lastly, number 14, presentation doesn't have to be fancy, just honest. If it looks like the food is real food made by a real person, then that's beautiful. So Jamie emphasizes natural, rustic presentation over perfection. So he'll often serve the food on a wooden board or a rustic dish with a drizzle of olive oil, a few fresh herbs, family style platters. So less fuss, but it still makes it elegant and special. And just a few more fun things you can do that Jamie Oliver does. Chili dust. So take your leftover chilies or ginger, and even things like turmeric, and then grate them while they're frozen. And this creates an amazing, what he calls chili dust, flavor powerful. So add your heat or zest with a little bit of that with no waste. Flavor packed butter bombs. So if you're doing something like steamed vegetables, elevate that by topping it with softened butter, mix in lemon zest, chili flakes, fresh thyme, and then the veggies melts the butter and releases that delicious flavor over it. And then this is a really good idea, garlic bread breadcrumbs. So instead of just using ordinary bread, garlic bread that's been toasted with butter, blitz it after it's toasty and crisp. Blitz the garlic bread in your food processor, and that makes the ready flavored breadcrumbs. Amazing to add to pasta bakes like mac and cheese or casseroles. Taste amazing. Then crispy roast potatoes. Parboil your potatoes in a stock or broth for extra flavor, and then roast them. And then gently squish each one and add some herbs and butter, and then put it back in the oven for a moment. That makes them really beyond delicious. He also loves to use a pestle and mortar to crush herbs and spices to make things like a pesto, to release the oils from the herbs that you don't get when just using a knife. That really makes it extra homemade and delicious. Then these are the 5 essential flavor boosters that he recommends: olive oil, always, red wine vinegar, sea salt, black pepper, and then a zest, preferably lemon zest. I hope those were fun and that you have some new ideas. My goal is always to help us to enjoy cooking more and to not feel like it's a chore, but something that we can invest in almost like an art form, when we can slow down and do it in a creative way, knowing it's for our families, that we're serving our families, and that we're doing our best without it being a stress. So happy cooking. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.